What if the system isn't broken? What if it's working exactly as designed? Every month, millions of people do everything right. They work, they budget, they pay their bills on time. And yet, the balance never really goes down. The debt just moves. A little less here, a little more there, always lingering. It feels like progress, but it's not. That's the part no one explains. Because underneath your paycheck, your rent, your credit card, there's a quiet piece of math running in the background. Simple, predictable, relentless. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Right now, this matters more than ever because wages have grown slowly. But debt? Debt compounds. Globally, household debt has exploded over the past few decades, not because people suddenly became irresponsible, but because the system became optimized. Optimized for borrowing, optimized for minimum payments, optimized for time. And time is where the trap lives. Let's break it down. Imagine you owe $5,000 on a credit card. The interest rate is 20% a year. Pretty normal. Now the bank doesn't ask you to pay it off. It gives you a minimum payment. Let's say that's 2% of your balance. Sounds manageable. That's about $100. You pay it, on time, every month. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. But here's the quiet part. That 20% annual interest is applied monthly. So every month, roughly 1.6% interest hits your balance. That's about $80. So you paid $100, but $80 was just interest. Only $20 actually reduced your debt. 20. At that pace, it would take you over 30 years to pay it off. 30 years for something you could have bought in a day. And that's assuming you never use the card again. But life doesn't work like that. A car repair, a medical bill, a sudden expense. So the balance creeps back up, and the clock resets. This is where the system gets clever. Because the minimum payment isn't designed to help you escape debt. It's designed to keep you in it, comfortably. Not drowning, just treading water. Enough to feel in control, never enough to break free. There's a strange kind of irony here. The more disciplined you are about making minimum payments, the more profitable you become to the lender. Because consistency stretches time, and time multiplies interest. Now zoom out. This isn't just about credit cards. It's the same math behind student loans, car loans, mortgages. Different scales, same principle. Small percentages, long timelines. Compounding doesn't care if it's building wealth or building chains. And here's where things get uncomfortable. Most people think debt is about how much you owe. It's not. It's about how long you owe it. Because lenders don't make their real money up front. They make it over time. That's why the system nudges you toward longer terms, lower monthly payments, extended plans, refinancing options. Everything sounds easier, but easier usually means longer, and longer means more interest, more profit for someone else, less freedom for you. There's also something psychological happening. A $300 monthly payment feels manageable. A $10,000 balance feels abstract. So the system trains you to think in monthly terms, not total cost, not total interest, just, can I afford this month? And if the answer is yes, the deal goes through, even if the long-term math says otherwise. This is the secret, not hidden, not illegal, just rarely emphasized. The middle class isn't trapped by a single bad decision. It's trapped by a series of reasonable ones. A phone upgrade here, a financed car there, a degree paid off over decades. Each one makes sense in isolation. Together, they form a loop. Earn, spend, pay interest, repeat. And the loop is stable. That's why it persists. Now compare this to how wealth works. Wealth also uses compounding, but in reverse. Instead of paying interest, you earn it. Instead of time working against you, it works for you. Same math, different direction. Which raises an uncomfortable question. If the math is so simple, why isn't it taught more clearly? Why do people learn how to calculate interest, but not how it behaves over time in real life? Why are minimum payments framed as safety instead of delay? And the bigger question, if an entire system runs on people staying in manageable debt, what happens if too many people finally understand the math and start stepping out of it? Does the system adapt, or does it push back? Because the truth is, this isn't just about numbers, it's about design. And once you start seeing the design, every financial decision starts to look a little different. So the next time you see a low monthly payment, you might want to ask a different question. Not, can I afford this? But, how long will this really cost me?